Code Enforcement, Will Barham. This may be the last time you're presenting to us, Will.
Oh, this will be the last time.
Will be the last time. All right. Quite definitive there.
Oh, yeah. I was looking online for a quote, and it was, I don't know how many of you are Lord of the Rings fans.
Oh, yeah.
But Bilbo Baggins said this at his birthday. He said, and don't take offense to this, I'm just quoting this is funny. He said, I don't know half of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve.
Oh, well, that's a good one.
So anyways, I wouldn't say that about you.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a unique situation for you and for me. So 20 years, it's not a long time actually for a job. I've known people that have been at a job for 40 years and plus, but one of the things that when I accepted the call to the church I'm at right now, and I've been there over a year now, but when they interviewed me, I asked them if they would give me a year, which I was on my 19th year at the village, and they said sure. So I'm taking a higher calling, I suppose. I tell people the pay is not much, but the benefits are out of this world. But it's the other thing is I tell people that I cut my hours in half when I retired from 80 hours a week to 40 hours a week. So kind of like when my mom retired, you know. But I want to thank all of you. I know we've had some fun. It's been, you know,
Hi, Dad.
4 years in the DPW and then the rest in code enforcement. And people ask me what I'm going to do when I retire. I said I'm going to get some therapy for the PTSD I have for all the years of doing code enforcement. It's not for the faint of heart, I'll just say that. And it's funny because back when I was considering whether or not to take the position, because even back then I was talking about full-time ministry, and I was talking to my wife about it. You know, she said to me, and she's wise, much wiser than I am, she said, well, she said, what better job to learn how to do ministry than code enforcement? And she couldn't have been any more right. I learned really how to deal with difficult people, and that's what happens. And I talk to Jake about this all the time. Whenever you enforce the code, you make 50% of the people happy.
There you go. Yep.
So I remember Peter Eller, who's still on here, so I can pick on him. He did a survey a long time ago, and you know it comes back with code enforcement. But the problem with code enforcement is people's perception of code enforcement, because some of the things they think are violations aren't violations, and so in walking them through the code. And I always offer people the opportunity to come to you, the board, to say if you want to change the law, then you know propose something to the board, and they would be more than happy to listen to you. So I've always offered that option. But, you know, this year's been an interesting year, you know that. And obviously it's interesting because here we are on the tube. It's like the Brady Bunch here, you know. So, but in the beginning of the year, when COVID, you know, first reared its ugly head, we had to stop construction. And so nobody knew if, you know, what the future was for construction and how we as a village would deal with that. Because you know, I thought, you know, where's this going to go with the economy and everything? But believe it or not, we actually had a 6% increase in all of our permits. I was absolutely amazed because as soon as we released them, they went crazy, and I think it was people sitting around the house going, you know, I really need to do this or do that, or you know, the husbands and wives sitting down talking. We could probably use a bathroom down here or whatever, but whatever it may be, we did very well. We over $4,000 more than last year as far as receiving monies from permits and stuff. I didn't get all of the data because we also got permits fees for like temporary signs and things like that. This is just raw permit data. So. But overall, we did well. it looks like the subdivision will be passed. We got preliminary approval with conditions for the parcel that the old Shantz parcel there on State Road next to the church there. So they'll be coming in for final and phase one approval, because it's I think it's 3 or 4 phases, I can't remember, but 124 townhouse units and so on. The conditions are just making sure that they cover the screening on State Road for the most part, but people were very good at the meetings, gave some very good input, had a couple of engineers on there, and that's always fun. But and Don, as always, waxed eloquent. So I appreciate Don and his wisdom and his input and so on. But I think, what is it, Joe? Greenbrier Crossing, is that what they're calling it? Yeah, Joe's nodding her head. So there you go. It'll be Greenbrier Crossing. So those of you, for posterity's sake, that's it. But other than that, Village is doing, actually, we're surviving. It seems like the businesses are doing well. Was it that, is it Rock Dance, I think it is. They'll be pretty much wrapping up down where the old Strepas was. So that'll
good.
Yeah. So
Good.
there you go. Carl, if you want to, head out there and
I'll just ballet down there.
get some exercise there.
Good for the ramp.
That's right. So, but I just want to thank all of you for putting up with me for as long as you did. We had some fun. This board's been a really good board to me. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me the flexibility that when ministry called, you allowed me to answer that call for emergencies and for funerals and things like that, just as long as I made up my time, which I did. Actually more than made up. I didn't really keep track of all my time, but I always work more than what I put down on paper. But thank you so much. I don't know anybody who could say that I had a board that is just as wonderful as you are to allow me to do this. As a matter of fact, people at when I had my conference at Flaboa, I would brag about how well you take care of me, honestly, and they were all like, "When are you going to retire?" So we sent the notification out to Flaboa, so we should be getting some people applying. I know we got like 4 applications out there already, I think, so that's good. And some of them look pretty promising, but I'll leave that up to you guys to figure that out. But again, thank you so much for the privilege and the honor of serving the village and its residents. Somebody asked me to run for mayor. No. I see what you all go through. I've had enough punishment. I've done enough penance, I should say. So that's not going to happen. But I know you guys will do well. I'm happy with where the village is, and the people I work with are just the best in the world. We have such a fantastic office. I'm one of the girls there, and I don't mind saying that. I mean, Joe and Heather and Marcia. I love Marcia. She's my next door neighbor, and there's too much alike for Marcia and I mean, but of course Megan. Everybody loves Megan. Nobody can say anything bad about Megan. I wish we could, but we can't. So, and she was just a fantastic hire. I'm so glad you guys hired her. And of course, Jake and I, man, when he was mayor, oh my gosh, he was so miserable. He was such a pain in the rear end. And him and I would butt heads all the time. And he would say, "I don't even know what you do." And so what I did for him, I did him a favor when he became superintendent. For the first time in my life, I took 2 weeks off in a row. When I came back, he was a very understanding, apologetic man. understanding my position and saying I'm so sorry. So, but and I'm sorry I did this to you. You know, I love the village. I love my job. I love the people there, and it's you know that when you leave a job, it's like leaving your second family. Sometimes I think I spend more time with the village family than I do with my own, and it's really hard to leave them.
We're going to miss you. We're definitely going to miss you.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking me over to the old building
Oh,
on Main
yeah.
Street. That was wonderful.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime. Anybody wants a tour, let me know. So.
Well,
Yeah.
but
Will do.
stay in touch. We may need you for a while.
Absolutely. Hey, just as long as you keep the wine stocked, we're good. You know, I'm just saying.
You don't have to worry about me on that one.
I'll be popping over.
Okay. And candy. We can sit on the porch.
Good luck to you, Will.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Thank you,
we'll
Will.
be busy. Yep, absolutely. Thank you.
Keep us in your prayers, will you?
Oh, yeah, we will. We will. Thank you. Yep.
Hey, well,
Especially Terry. Hey, Paul.
I certainly, in my 8 years, I wish to express my thanks to you for your dedicated service to the village. From January 2nd, 2001 until January 29th, 2021. Wow.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah.
For your thoughtfulness, for your thoughtful comments, for your words of advice, certainly, and for friendship. And as you leave to pursue your calling, full-time ministry, I wish you God's blessing on your life and your family.
Thank you so much, Daryl. I appreciate it.
I'll second that.
All of us. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
One more day.
Enjoy it.
Oh, I will. We'll have some fun. I already had some fun this morning. That's Joe.
Well,
Well, Will,
Yes,
I didn't mean to interrupt, but it certainly has been a pleasure sparring with you, working with you, and you're my favorite sparring partner there for and interpretations. I do have your phone number, so that's more than likely going to continue.
yes.
And I know where you live, so I'm going to guarantee that it will continue in some manner. But it has been a pleasure, really, getting to work with you, be your coworker, and I certainly hope you enjoy your 6 days off each week. That's
Funny.
it's well deserved. Well deserved. Unfortunate for the rest of us, but good. Yeah, we won't be strangers. I know that.
Yeah. I'll miss our morning talks.
Yeah, our coffee talk.